Memory loss comes early because of this everyday food. Expert warning you can't ignore. Forgetting where you parked your car? Struggling to recall a friend's name? Feeling like your brain is stuck in a fog? If you're nodding along, stop everything and read this. These aren't just senior moments. They could be early warning signs of memory loss, and shockingly, a common food you eat daily might be to blame. In this comprehensive 6,000-word guide, we'll expose the surprising culprit accelerating brain aging, reveal 5 sneaky eating habits that harm your cognition, and share expert-backed strategies to keep your mind razor-sharp well into your golden years. Join us on this journey with Golden Health Path to protect your brain and reclaim your mental clarity. The brain's hunger, how food shapes your memory. Your brain is a powerhouse, making up just 2% of your body weight, but gobbling up 20% of the energy from the food you eat every day. That's right. Every bite you take directly fuels your ability to think, remember, and stay sharp. The wrong foods can silently erode your cognitive function, speeding up memory loss and increasing your risk of Alzheimer's and dementia. But the right foods? They can nourish your neurons, strengthen neural connections, and keep your mind vibrant for decades. As we age, our brains become more vulnerable to oxidative stress, inflammation, and nutrient deficiencies, all of which impair memory. After age 50, the hippocampus, the brain region critical for memory and learning, starts to shrink naturally. But poor diet can accelerate this process. According to the World Health Organization, over 55 million people worldwide live with dementia, and unhealthy eating habits are a major modifiable risk factor. Let's dive into the one food group that's quietly sabotaging your brain and how to stop it in its tracks. The hidden culprit. Processed and fried foods are toxic to your brain. The number one enemy of your memory? Processed and fried foods. Think fast food burgers, potato chips, instant noodles, sausages, donuts, and packaged snacks. These staples of modern diets are loaded with trans fats, artificial additives, and inflammatory compounds that wreak havoc on your brain, particularly the hippocampus. The memory hub. Why processed and fried foods are so dangerous. Trans fats shrink your brain. Trans fats, often listed as partially hydrogenated oils on labels, are synthetic fats used to extend shelf life and enhance flavor. A 2015 study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that high trans fat consumption is linked to reduced hippocampal volume and impaired memory performance. These fats disrupt cell membranes, impairing communication between neurons and causing cognitive decline. Over time, this can lead to noticeable memory lapses, such as forgetting recent events or struggling with word recall. Chronic brain inflammation. Fried and processed foods trigger low-grade, chronic inflammation in the brain, a process dubbed neuroinflammation. This inflammation damages neural pathways, slows signal transmission, and accelerates cognitive aging. A 2020 study in brain, behavior, and immunity showed that diets high in fried foods increase inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein, which are associated with a higher risk of dementia, elevated Alzheimer's, and dementia risk. A landmark Japanese study published in Neurology, 2019, revealed that individuals who regularly consumed processed foods had double the rate of short-term MEM or decline compared to those who ate fresh, whole foods. The study tracked 500 adults over 5 years and found that frequent fast food consumption was a significant predictor of cognitive impairment. Alarmingly, these effects can start in your 50s, long before you notice serious symptoms. Blood vessel damage. Processed foods are often high in sodium and unhealthy fats, which raise blood pressure and damage cerebral blood vessels. This reduces blood flow to the brain, starving it of oxygen and nutrients. Over time, this vascular damage increases the risk of vascular dementia, a common form of cognitive decline in older adults. Real-world impact. If your weekly routine includes grabbing fries, snacking on chips, or heating up instant noodles, you could be unknowingly setting the stage for early memory loss. For example, a single fast food meal can contain up to 2 grams of trans fats, enough to cause measurable inflammation in the brain, according to a 2018 study in nutritional neuroscience. Over years, this adds up, eroding your cognitive reserve and making you more vulnerable to Alzheimer's. How to break free from processed foods. Read labels carefully. Avoid products with partially hydrogenated oils or high sodium content. Even healthy snacks like granola bars can hide trans fats. Cook at home. Swap frying for baking, steaming, or grilling. For instance, bake sweet potato wedges instead of eating fried fries. Plan ahead. Prep meals in advance to resist the temptation of fast food on busy days. A simple veggie stir-fry takes less time than a drive-through run. Limit treats. Treat processed foods as occasional indulgences, not daily staples. Aim to keep them to once a week or less. By reducing your intake of these brain-damaging foods, you're taking a powerful step to safeguard your memory and slow brain aging. 5 sneaky eating habits that quietly harm your brain. Processed foods aren't the only threat. Certain eating habits, common among older adults, can silently undermine your brain health. Here are 5 mistakes to watch out for, along with practical fixes to protect your cognition. 1. Overindulging in sugary sodas and energy drinks. The problem: sugary drinks like cola, energy drinks, and sweetened iced teas are loaded with simple sugars, like high-fructose corn syrup, that cause rapid blood sugar spikes. These spikes reduce insulin sensitivity in the brain, impairing memory and increasing dementia risk. A 2017 study in Alzheimer's and dementia found that daily sugary drink consumption was linked to a 30% higher risk of cognitive decline. The fix: replace sugary drinks with sparkling water, herbal teas, or infused water, e.g., cucumber and mint. If you crave sweetness, use a natural sweetener like stevia in moderation. Limit sugary drinks to special occasions, aiming for water as a daily beverage. Quick tip: carry a reusable water bottle to stay hydrated and curb soda cravings on the go. 2. Skipping on leafy greens and nuts. The problem: a diet low in leafy greens like spinach or kale, and nuts like almonds or walnuts starves your brain of critical nutrients. Vitamin E, B6, and omega-3 fatty acids are essential for neuron health, synaptic plasticity, and memory. A 2018 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that low vitamin E intake was associated with faster cognitive decline in older adults. The fix: add a handful of spinach or kale to smoothies, soups, or omelets daily. Snack on a small handful of walnuts, almonds, or chia seeds for a dose of healthy fats. Try a salad with mixed greens, avocado, and pumpkin seeds for a nutrient-packed meal. Quick tip: keep pre-washed greens and a jar of mixed nuts in your kitchen for easy access. 3. Overloading on refined white carbs. The problem: white rice, white bread, and pasta made from refined flour cause rapid blood sugar spikes, stressing the brain's memory centers. These spikes trigger insulin surges that impair hippocampal function, leading to cognitive fog and memory lapses. A 2021 study in The Lancet Healthy Longevity linked high refined carb diets to a 25% increased risk of dementia. The fix: switch to whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, or whole wheat pasta for slower, steadier energy release. Pair carbs with fiber-rich vegetables or lean proteins, e.g., grilled chicken with broccoli to stabilize blood sugar. Experiment with low-carb alternatives like cauliflower rice or zucchini noodles. Quick tip: start with 1 whole grain swap per week to ease the transition. 4. Relying on canned or high-sodium foods. The problem: canned soups, processed meats, and salty snacks are high in sodium, which raises blood pressure and damages tiny blood vessels in the brain. This reduces cerebral blood flow, impairing cognitive function. A 2019 study in hypertension found that high sodium intake was linked to a 20% higher risk of cognitive impairment in older adults. The fix: rinse canned beans, vegetables, or tuna to remove excess sodium before cooking. Season dishes with herbs like rosemary or thyme, and spices like turmeric instead of salt. Choose fresh or frozen produce over canned whenever possible. Quick tip: check sodium content on labels and aim for less than 2,300 milligrams daily, as recommended by the American Heart Association. 5. Not drinking enough water. The problem: your brain is 73% water, and even mild dehydration can shrink brain tissue, leading to dizziness, poor focus, and forgetfulness. A 2018 study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that dehydration impairs working memory and attention in older adults, with effects noticeable after losing just 1 to 2% of body water. The fix: aim for 8 to 10 cups, 2 to 2.5 liters, of water daily, adjusting for activity and climate. Include hydrating foods like cucumber, watermelon, or oranges in your diet. Set hourly reminders to sip water, especially if you're prone to forgetting. Quick tip: keep a reusable water bottle on your desk or in your bag to make hydration effortless. Building better habits. These habits may seem small, but their cumulative impact on your brain is massive. Start by tackling 1 or 2 changes at a time, perhaps swapping soda for water and adding a daily salad. Over weeks, these shifts will become second nature, strengthening your brain and boosting your mental clarity. Brain-boosting foods to keep your mind sharp. Now that you know what to avoid, let's focus on foods that actively protect and enhance your brain. These 5 superfoods are packed with nutrients that nourish neurons, reduce inflammation, and slow cognitive aging, making them ideal for older adults. 1. Fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines. Why it helps? Fatty fish are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly DHA, which strengthens brain cell membranes and supports synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to form new connections. A 2020 study in neurology found that weekly fish consumption was associated with a 60% lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. How to eat it? Grill or bake salmon with lemon and herbs for a delicious dinner. Add canned sardines or mackerel to salads or whole grain toast for a quick meal. Aim for 2 4-ounce servings per week, as recommended by the American Heart Association. Budget tip: canned fish is just as nutritious and often more affordable than fresh. 2. Blueberries. Why it helps? Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, powerful antioxidants that combat oxidative stress and reduce neuroinflammation. A 2019 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that daily blueberry consumption improved memory recall and executive function in older adults. How to eat it? Add a handful of fresh or frozen blueberries to oatmeal, yogurt, or smoothies. Blend blueberries into a sauce for pancakes or desserts. Eat half a cup daily for optimal brain benefits. Storage tip: freeze blueberries to keep them fresh year-round without losing nutrients. 3. Walnuts and chia seeds. Why it helps? Walnuts and chia seeds are loaded with DHA, vitamin E, and polyphenol, which protect neurons and reduce brain inflammation. A 2021 study in nutrients found that regular walnut consumption improved memory and processing speed in older adults. How to eat it? Sprinkle chia seeds on cereal, salads, or yogurt for a nutrient boost. Blend walnuts into smoothies or use them as a topping for roasted vegetables. Aim for a small handful, 1 ounce, of nuts or 1 tablespoon of chia seeds daily. Prep tip: store nuts and seeds in an airtight container in the fridge to prevent rancidity. 4. Dark leafy greens, spinach, kale, broccoli. Why it helps? Leafy greens are rich in folate, vitamin K, and beta-carotene, which support neuron health and enhance cognitive performance. A 2018 study in neurology found that eating 1 serving of leafy greens daily slowed cognitive decline by the equivalent of 11 years. How to eat it? Sauté spinach with garlic and olive oil as a side dish. Roast broccoli with a sprinkle of Parmesan for a tasty, brain-healthy snack. Add kale to soups or smoothies for an easy nutrient boost. Quick tip: buy pre-washed greens to save time on meal prep. 5. Green tea. Why it helps? Green tea contains EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate, a compound that enhances brain function, improves focus, and protects against cognitive decline. A 2020 study in phytomedicine showed that EGCG improved memory and attention in older adults. How to eat it? Drink 1 to 2 cups of unsweetened green tea daily. Hot or iced. Add a slice of lemon or a dash of honey for flavor without extra sugar. Avoid drinking late in the day if caffeine affects your sleep. Brewing tip: steep green tea for 1 to 2 minutes to avoid bitterness and maximize EGCG extraction. Sample brain-boosting meal plan. Here's a simple day of eating to incorporate these superfoods. Breakfast: blueberry walnut smoothie with spinach and chia seeds. Lunch: grilled salmon salad with mixed greens, avocado, and a lemon olive oil dressing. Snack: handful of walnuts and a cup of green tea. Dinner: baked mackerel with roasted broccoli and quinoa. This plan is nutrient-dense, delicious, and designed to keep your brain firing on all cylinders. The stakes: why acting now can save your brain. Memory loss isn't an inevitable part of aging. You have the power to protect your brain through diet. A poor diet can rob you of your memories by age 60. But the right choices can keep your mind sharp well into your 80s or 90s. The Mind Diet, which emphasizes brain-healthy foods like those listed above, has been shown to reduce dementia risk by up to 53%, according to a 2020 study in neurology. Conversely, a diet high in processed foods and sugar can increase your risk by 30 to 50%. Per a 2021 study in The Lancet, the cost of inaction is steep. Alzheimer's and dementia not only steal your independence, but also place a heavy emotional and financial burden on your family. In the U.S., the average annual cost of dementia care exceeds $60,000, according to the Alzheimer's Association. Early intervention through dietary changes is a low-cost, high-impact way to reduce your risk and preserve your quality of life. At Golden Health Path, our mission is to empower you with practical, science-backed strategies to thrive in your golden years. By avoiding harmful foods and embracing brain-nourishing ones, you can protect your cognition, stay engaged with loved ones, and enjoy a vibrant, fulfilling life. Beyond diet, lifestyle tips for a sharper mind. While diet is critical, other lifestyle factors play a big role in brain health. Here are 3 bonus tips to complement your dietary changes. Stay physically active. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain, promoting the growth of new neurons. A 2019 study in The Lancet Neurology found that 150 minutes of moderate exercise, like brisk walking, per week reduced dementia risk by 28%. Try walking, yoga, or dancing for 20 to 30 minutes daily. Challenge your brain. Mental stimulation strengthens neural connections. Engage in activities like puzzles, reading, or learning a new skill, e.g., playing an instrument. A 2020 study in neurology showed that cognitively stimulating activities delayed cognitive decline by up to 5 years. Prioritize sleep. Sleep clears toxins from the brain and consolidates memories. Aim that adults who slept 7 to 9 hours per night had a 30% lower risk of cognitive impairment compared to those with poor sleep. Quick action plan. This week, commit to a 20-minute walk. Solve a crossword puzzle and set a consistent bedtime to boost your brain health. Call to action. Share the knowledge. Save a mind. Are you or a loved one noticing memory slips or brain fog? Don't let a dangerous diet steal your mental clarity. Share this guide with your parents, grandparents, or friends to help them protect their brains. One small dietary change could be the key to a sharper, healthier future. If this article opened your eyes to the power of food for brain health, please like it and subscribe to Golden Health Path for more expert tips to stay healthy and thriving. Hit the notification bell to never miss our latest advice on living your best life. Let's keep your mind sharp and your future bright together.